All right, I will call the March 10th, 2025 meeting of the Newtown Township Board of Supervisors to order. I will note that the board did meet in executive session at 6 p.m. where we discussed the following litigation matters. There was 6 variance cases, Springton Point Drive, 3525 Westchester Pike, 3538 Woodcrest Avenue, 307 Earls Lane, 301 Crum Creek Lane, 3511 Westchester Pike. We also discussed 2 personnel matters. One was a potential disciplinary action and one stated intent to resign. With that being said, Mr. Nease, please call the roll.
Altieri.
Here.
Mr. Altieri.
Here.
Ms. Roberts Lightcap.
Here.
Ms. Chanlis we're trying to get online. Mr. Russo, we're trying to get online. Mr. San Francisco.
Here.
Your engineer, manager, and solicitor are here.
And so for the record, we have 3 supervisors present. Is that accurate?
That is correct.
Perfect. We'll now move down to section 4, the moment of silence and the Pledge of Allegiance. And we'll stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We're gonna, if we can stop this meeting, we have the wrong meeting open. So we're gonna open up the right meeting and we would start the recording. We'll pull this piece into it, but you won't have to start over, but if you just give us 2 minutes. Just so you know, the recording has started again. And for the record, and if I'll call out just so they can. Kathy, can you hear us? You're muted. Mike?
I can hear you.
Okay, great.
I can hear you. I couldn't unmute. I can hear you.
Okay, so for the record, both Ms. Chanlis and Mr. Russo are now on.
If there's any members of the public that have any public comment, please come to the podium and state your name and address for the record. Okay, perfect. Now we'll get down to section 7, the most important part of this meeting. Resolutions of recognition 7.1 to consider approving resolution 2025-10, recognizing Marguerite Wagner on her 105th birthday. So we do have a couple of dignitaries that are here this evening. In addition to the Board of Supervisors doing this resolution, we have our state representative, Lisa Borowski, and our state senator, Tim Carney. What we'll do is that we'll do the township one first, and then we'll allow whichever one who wants to go next to the podium to make their presentation as well. But we do have Marguerite here and some neighbors from Valley View Lane. So Resolution 2025-10, recognizing Marguerite Wagner on her 105th birthday. Whereas Newtown Township recognizes longtime resident Marguerite Wagner, who will turn 105 years young on March 17, 2025. And whereas after graduating from Tredyffrin Easttown High School, now Conestoga High School, Marguerite pursued a career as a dental assistant and later served as a dedicated secretary at Haverford College for 18 years. And whereas during World War II, Marguerite answered the call to service by working with the American Red Cross, undertaking first aid and home nursing care courses, and participating in practice field situations such as mock air raid response drills, exemplifying courage and selflessness during a time of great need. And whereas Marguerite has used her talents in knitting to make a meaningful impact, crafting and donating over 750 baby hats to hospitals, offering warmth and comfort to countless newborns and their families. Whereas Marguerite has also found joy in the great outdoors, particularly surf fishing at the beach, where she boasts of her most impressive catch, a 20-inch striped bass, which is a proud accomplishment. 28. We'll
Better
get,
change the rest
we
of
will
it.
put a little zero on top of that, just to notate. We'll do 28 then. Whereas it is both fitting and proper to honor and celebrate this extraordinary woman on this momentous occasion, expressing our deepest admiration and warmest congratulations. Now, therefore, be it resolved, the Board of Supervisors of Newtown Township would like to recognize Marguerite Wagner and extend Newtown Township's congratulations on achieving this distinguished milestone, adopted this 10th day of March 2025, and that's my motion.
Second.
Motion was made by the chair, seconded by Supervisor Roberts Lightcap. I do just want to make a few comments. So I've known Marguerite since my family moved to Newtown Township, so many years ago. And it's amazing when you think of all that Marguerite has witnessed and has lived through over the last 105 years. The Roaring 20s, the Great Depression, World War II, the moon landing, the Civil Rights Movement, the rise of the internet. When Marguerite was born, women did not have the right to vote. It wasn't until August of 1920, 5 months after she was born, that women were afforded the right to vote. And one thing that we do every election is we find each other. We usually schedule it through her daughter, Carol, and we take an election day selfie. So I just thought that that was extremely fitting. The president at the time was Woodrow Wilson, and we've had 11 US presidents since. The King of England was George V, and the Pope at the time was Pope Benedict XV. So Marguerite, I have enjoyed every conversation I've had with you over the last 25 years. You are an asset to Newtown Township. You're an asset to this county, and you are one of the main reasons why we have the saying that Newtown Township is a great place to live, to work, and to raise a family. So thank you for everything. Could say all those in favor?
Aye.
All right, good.
Aye.
And now, Lisa, you can also, if you want, take that microphone and walk over, whatever you're comfortable with. Yeah, just because it's recording, yeah. And now we'll do the, our state representative, Lisa Borowski.
Well, thank you. I just want to thank, first of all, Supervisor Altieri for letting us know and alerting us to this wonderful, auspicious birthday. So we do a lot of things in the Pennsylvania State House, maybe not as many as we would like to, but this is certainly one of the most fun things that we get to do. So on behalf of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, the House of Representatives, I have a citation for you recognizing your 105th birthday. So it's very nice. This is our chamber where we meet and where we do our work. So I won't read the whole thing, but whereas the House of Representatives of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania takes great pride in recognizing Marguerite Wagner The Commonwealth is always proud to recognize those individuals who contributed to the enrichment and betterment of their communities. Whereas, according to the Census Bureau data, there are approximately 10,946 people in the United States who are aged 105 or older. On March 17th of this year, Marguerite will become one of the lucky few to reach this milestone birthday. So whereas, and I won't read everything that was Supervisor Altieri read in theirs, but I'll just highlight a couple things that you met your husband, Gus. You joined different neighborhood choral groups. When the groups combined due to the lack of members, a match was made that lasted until he passed away in 1995. So what a wonderful and long, amazing marriage. After marrying, you lived in Ardmore until 1980, and when you moved to Newtown Square. Together, you had 2 children, Richard, who needs to visit more, and daughter Carol, who is an excellent and wonderful resident of Newtown Square as well. Whereas Marguerite is not letting age slow her down. You can find her most often at home with her favorite books and puzzles, watching the Phillies, yay, and Eagles. She loves visiting Ocean City, New Jersey, her favorite vacation spot, to surf fish with daughter Carol. She is also an accomplished knitter, making over 750 baby hats that have been donated to local hospitals, and is now focusing on knitting baby blankets to give to younger family members. Marguerite also enjoys watching local birds and tending her vegetable garden. Now, therefore, the House of Representatives of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania pays tribute to Marguerite for reaching this milestone birthday, offers its sincere congratulations for this honorable achievement. And a copy of this citation will be submitted to the House, and it is my pleasure to give this to you and say happy birthday. Happy birthday.
More than Trump does for me.
Oh. And that's my seat right there. That's where I sit. All right, I'm going to pass it off to our wonderful state senator.
Thank you, Representative. It's really my pleasure to be here tonight. We were talking earlier, these are some of the fun things we get to do as elected representatives. So I bring greetings from the Senate of Pennsylvania. We have this certificate of recognitions, which says, congratulations to Marguerite Wagner on a well-lived and cherished life of over 105 years in this great Commonwealth. In honor of this occasion, please accept this certificate from the Senate of Pennsylvania in recognition of your contributions and wisdom to your family and to future generations of Pennsylvanians. And this has been entered into the official record. I will in a second. This has been entered into the official record of the Senate of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. So, you got it?
Anything famous?
Oh, I'm sure you did. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So good to see you. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator, and thank you, Representative Borowski. So I don't know if you want to say a few words or not, Marguerite, but I'll give you the microphone. You don't have to say anything if you don't want to, but I'll give it to you nevertheless. Yeah, if you want to say a few words.
I never did anything famous. I never accomplished anything big. But I loved all the people that I met. And I'm glad to still be here.
And I don't know if any of the neighbors want to say anything, but I'll give the podium to the neighbors.
Marguerite, on behalf of the Kenny family, and I'm sure all of our neighbors, we just want to say happy birthday. You are the epitome of a phenomenal neighbor and a very sweet person. And I know I appreciated that. You never once yelled at me, which is a great thing growing up. But we thank you. Thank you for being our neighbor, and thank you for being a great person, and happy birthday.
If there's no one else, then Marguerite will let you go. Carol, thank you. We'll take a short 5-minute recess. Thank you, everyone.
Yes, we will. Younger. I mean, that's amazing. I mean, that's just pretty incredible.
All right. We're going to go a little bit out of order here. I'm going to go down to section 12. Tom, tell me when you're ready. All right. I'll note for the record at 7:25. We're now at section 12, public hearing 12.1, the conditional use hearing for 14 Phillips Lane. I do want to state on the record that this hearing will be continued to March 24th, 2025. Mr. Secor, anything else I need to add to that?
It's 7:00 PM here at the township.
At 7:00 PM here at the Township Building. And we will close the record at 7:26. Thank you, Tom.
Great job, Tom. Yeah.
All right, we'll now move down to section 8, reports 8.1, report from the engineer, Mr. Johnson.
Good evening. The majority of the meeting items will be my section, so I guess we'll just fill you in on the various projects when we get to them.
Okay. Any questions for the township engineer? Moving down to 8.2, report from the township manager, Mr. Nease.
Yeah, I just would make note, I believe it is actually further down and they are requesting a payment as well, but the field is being worked on. They actually laid the first piece of, well, they put it out on the field today, the first piece of turf. So we're excited about that moving forward. Hopefully that'll be done in another couple of weeks and we'll be able to have ball games and everything on that. So we're looking forward to that. That was really all I have.
Perfect. Any questions for the township manager? Seeing none, we'll move down to section 9, payments 9.1. Can I get a motion approving escrow reduction number 1 in the amount of $1,908,014.62 to Rockhill Real Estate, the 4th LP Porsche for the majority of the site improvements, leaving a remaining balance of $127,986.96.
So moved.
Motion was made by Supervisor Robert Slaycap, seconded by Supervisor Russo. Is there any board discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries. 9.2, can I get a motion approving certificate for payment request number 3 totaling $126,118.10 for Garland DBS Incorporated associated with the municipal complex roof project as approved by the township engineer, leaving a remaining balance of $339,001.34.
So moved.
Second.
Motion is made by Supervisor Russo, seconded by Supervisor Roberts Lycap. Is there any board discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries. 9.3, can I get a motion approving the certificate of payment request number 1 totaling $31,071.53 for Miller Soil Solutions LLC associated with the Water's Edge Stormwater Improvement Project as approved by the township engineer, leaving a remaining balance of $83,409.37.
Second.
Motion is made by Supervisor San Francisco, seconded by Supervisor Roberts Lycap. Is there any board discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries. 9.4, can I get a motion approving certificate for payment request number 2, final payment totaling $3,175.53 for Joseph J. Danielle LLC associated with the Glendale Road Stormwater Management Project as approved by the township engineer, leaving a remaining balance of 0.
So moved.
Second.
Motion
Second.
by Supervisor Roberts Lycap, seconded by Supervisor San Francisco. Is there any board discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 All those opposed? Motion carries. 9.5, can I get a motion approving the staff recommended $275 refund to Madsen Inc. for their permit review fee? The homeowner canceled the contract before the Township Building Code official reviewed the permit.
So moved.
Second.
Motion is made by Supervisor Roberts Lycap, seconded by Supervisor San Francisco. Is there any other board discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 All those opposed? Motion carries. Bills, section 10. 10.1, I've reviewed the bills and I'll make a motion approving the 2024 bills on check register A dated March 10, 2025, totaling $1,436.23.
Second.
Motion is made by the chair, seconded by Supervisor San Francisco. Is there any board discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 All those opposed? Motion carries. 10.2, I've reviewed the bills and I'll make a motion approving the 2025 bills on check register A dated March 10, 2025, totaling $324,635.30.
Second.
Motion is made by the chair, seconded by Supervisor Roberts Lycap. Is there any board discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 All those opposed? Motion carries. 10.3, I've reviewed the bills and I'll make a motion ratifying the bills on EFT register dated March 10, 2025, totaling $24,796.76. Is there a second?
Second.
Motion is made by the chair, seconded by Supervisor San Francisco. Is there any board discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 All those opposed? Motion carries. Section 11, new business, 11.1. Can I get a motion authorizing the staff to engage the township engineer to help address the traffic concern at 4th Ave and Gilbert Street? Let's get the motion first, then we'll turn it over. Is there, motion was made by Supervisor Roberts Lycap, seconded by Supervisor San Francisco. Mr. Neese.
Yeah, so this has been a spot in the township where we've received several complaints from the neighbors regarding speeding around the corner, coming in off of Gilbert, going down onto 4th, and likewise coming up 4th, turning onto Gilbert. If you, this is over in the avenues, if so, they just kind of know where it is. It's all the way in the back. Primarily, they'd say that the speeding vehicles primarily are like delivery vehicles, the Amazons, the UPSs, the trash trucks, those kind of things. One of the neighbors has tried to control some of that by parking their cars in that area and hopefully slowing things down. But even that doesn't work. People don't stop from turning on to, from going from Gilbert onto 4th, and there's no stop sign either way. And typically don't use stop signs to control traffic calming. And so we're not necessarily recommending a stop sign. We've done a quick look, George and the chief and I, at the locations. One of the challenges, if you've been in that area, the driveways are very close together. In addition to that, the blocks are not very deep. There's roads pretty quickly, so the blocks are not very deep. And the requirements of PennDOT before we would put in a speed table are going to be very hard to meet, because when we do have space, and we probably would between Gilbert and Berman on Fourth, the distance, the problem is the driveways are so numerous.
Have a speed bump in a driveway.
We would have a speed bump in front of somebody's driveway. And so there, or if we didn't, it wouldn't meet the requirements to be far enough away. So we'd like to get the engineer out there to help us to look at that situation and see if there's some other solutions for that, because because that's going to involve some taxpayer dollars. That's why it's in front of you today.
Is there, 'cause I know that there's, stop signs on Gilbert at First, Second, and Third. Is there not one at Fourth?
There's not, so there are stop signs at actually all the east-west streets.
Yeah,
Up to Fourth,
yeah.
but at Fourth, there's no stop signs anywhere along Fourth coming from any of the east-west streets.
Interesting. All right. So the motion was made and seconded. Any other board discussion or questions for the township manager? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? The motion carries. We'll now move down to section 13, board comment. Is there any board comment? We'll move to section 14, public comment. No one here. All right, this meeting is adjourned. Thank you, everyone.